Consider this. It's the third quarter of a football game in a medical tent on the sidelines. The medical evaluator is about to treat an injured player. Symptoms include a feeling of dizziness and instability. It's hard to remember the right words to use. The air feels feverishly hot. It's difficult to concentrate. You may be thinking, surely these symptoms describe some sort of concussion or traumatic brain injury. But you may be surprised to know that I was actually not describing the player, but instead the female medical evaluator, suffering from all of the most common symptoms of menopause. For years, menopause and other ovarian disorders have been treated as issues that women just have to deal with. And after years of suffering various neurological symptoms, women are twice as likely to get dementia diagnosis as men. Now, I'd like you all to consider that these two issues may actually be related, and in understanding this potential causality, we may be able to prevent some of these dementia cases. Now, first, I'm going to tell you about how my lab at Brown has been able to explore this question. In order to study the effect of ovarian health on the brain, we have used gene editing technologies to create mice with genetically low-quality eggs. Low egg quality describes a damaged intracellular state that occurs naturally in females during aging and other infertility conditions. We can then use these mice and compare their brains to normal, healthy mice in order to try and find a reason for this increased dementia risk with female aging. We can do this by looking at the abundance of various proteins in these brains. Proteins are the functional units of cells, and comparing protein abundances is a good way to figure out how healthy cells are or what kind of activities the cells are doing. I was especially interested in studying the hippocampus, which is the brain region controlling memory processing and retention. The hippocampus is especially sensitive to damage and is one of the most severely affected regions in dementias like Alzheimer's disease, which is a big reason why patients suffer from memory loss. In these mice with the low-quality eggs, we found protein abundances suggesting high inflammation and high metabolic stress occurring in the hippocampus. Specifically, some of these proteins were part of a coordinated stress response to the toxic byproducts of cellular energy metabolism. Because the hippocampus is such an energy-dependent region, this type of stressor can be especially deadly to neurons, contributing to neuronal death and therefore memory loss. But what could be causing all of this? I'll tell you about two likely suspects. The first could be hormonal imbalances due to a loss of health of the ovary. Because ovarian hormones, such as estrogen, have receptors all throughout the body, including in the brain, an imbalance of estrogen and the other hormones it interacts with could potentially cause deleterious changes to the brain. A second option is insulin resistance, which is the way that we describe a diabetic state in individual cells. Insulin resistance does occur commonly in women during menopause, and we did find some evidence of metabolic disturbances resembling insulin resistance in our mouse model, but it was not known to impact the brain to such an extent until now. This is the first ever research done showing that just a loss of egg quality in a female mammal can cause deleterious changes to the hippocampus that could potentially predispose the brain to dementia development. My research matters because this would suggest that treating infertility conditions and other disorders of aging could be a valuable way to prevent some of these dementia cases. By using already approved treatment regimens for menopause, such as hormone replacement therapy or insulin resistance and diabetes treatments, we could potentially mitigate some of these neuronal stressors by removing hormonal imbalances or insulin resistance and protecting neurons, preventing them from dying and contributing to memory loss issues. So I'd like to leave you with this. Ovarian health isn't just about fertility or having kids. It's about protecting and keeping your whole body healthy as you age. Thank you.